So for those of you that were here on Sunday, you can chill a little bit because we're going to go over the contents of the video first, we did, and then we're going to watch the video, and then we'll do some exercises, which I need to prepare actually. And then we've got some reading exercises at the end. So yeah, let's have a look. Just to make the good as I.
Hi.
First, I need to just make a small adjustment.
So Jock-sensei, do you have coffee in that mug?
I do.
The one that says "I love tea."
Well, it was a present.
Okay.
It's a pint of coffee.
Right
Oh, you
back.
don't know pints, do you? Oh, I don't know about pints.
Yeah, it's about half a liter, right?
You don't have a little bit of ouzo in there, do you?
Ah,
Okay, here we go. Right. So here we have today's thing. So this is about a subject called without doing, and then we've got some listening practice at the end. So we have three similar expressions that we're going to look at. Meow. One is verb naide, verb, so x naide y, x nakte y, and x zuni y. Now these are all fairly similar in meaning, but it's important to not mix them up. So in all three cases, there is a general meaning, which is something like, I did Y without doing X, but all three of these are slightly different. So let's look at them in turn. First one, X naide Y. So in this case, both X and Y are both verbs, okay? And the literal meaning is, I didn't do X and then I did Y. For example, koto o kinai de dekakemashita. So who was here on Sunday? Jock? David, you weren't here on Sunday, were you? Okay, David, do you want to have a try at this one? Koto o kinai de dekakemashita.
Kinai, without wearing. I went out without wearing a coat.
Perfect, yes. I went out without wearing a coat. So it's just simply saying, I did this in the negative form, koto kinai de, without, so I didn't wear a coat and I went out, to mean, as you said, David, I went out without wearing a coat. And usually there's no correlation between the X and Y verbs. So these can be completely disconnected things. For example, I did MMA without brushing my teeth. You know, these are two completely unrelated things. It just means I did Y without doing X. All right, so far, guys?
So we can use it like, I passed my exams without studying,
This
of way.
exactly the example we used on Sunday with Effie. She passed her Nidan without doing any practice. Exactly this. Yeah, exactly this. And then we have the second one, X nakte Y. Now they sound similar, but they are significantly different. We have to be a little bit careful. In this case, X can be a verb, an adjective, I or na, or a noun. And obviously this has to be a negative. These are all about not doing something. But Y can only be an emotive reaction. It can still be an adjective, it can still be a verb, but it must be an emotive reaction.
What is emotive reaction?
It means you feel something.
Ah.
Yeah, you feel an emotion. Yeah. Even something like, let's do, for example, koto o kinakute samui desu.
I wear a coat even though I'm not feeling cold.
No. Koto o kinakute samui desu. So
I
First
didn't
part.
wear.
Yeah.
I didn't wear a coat even though it's cold.
Not even though, but and I was cold.
And I was cold. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is actually creating. Oh, it's not here written in here. It's actually saying this sentence means because of negative x, I felt y. Because of negative x. So this nak there means the reason, means x is the reason why I felt y. So it gives a reason. Okay, is that right, guys? Sorry, I can see some of you note taking, so let me just slow down a second. When you're ready for me to move on, I would like a dance or a majestic moose or the Star Spangled Banner whistled backwards while standing on your head.
Andy?
Yeah.
I'm just going to move upstairs now because my
Sure.
delivery's been.
Sure. Okie dokie.
Just a sec.
Yeah, no problem. When you say delivery, do you mean you've had a baby? Don't fall down the stairs while carrying your computer. It's a very useful safety tip.
I've left my coffee behind. Oh,
Oh,
bugger.
no. Actually, the next bit, Jock, is only that stuff about the written version either, so I'll carry on.
Almost there.
It's got a massive house, isn't it? It's like a mansion.
Oh,
Either that or he's got very short legs, one of the two.
right.
And then final one is this zuni. Now, this zuni, we'll see in the video how this is formed. But this is basically the same as naide, but it's used more in writing. I don't think, even though the video says this, I don't think it is exclusively used when you write, because as we discussed on Sunday, Jock and I have both heard people use zuni in the same in verbal conversation as well as written. So I think it's just probably more suited for writing. But certainly when we say like this one here, koto o kizu ni dekakimashita, this basically means the same as koto o kinai de dekakimashita. And we'll see in the video how this is created. Yeah, Jock, go ahead.
I was thinking about this zuni, and I don't think I've ever heard women use it.
I've heard Lucy use it, but I don't know if she counts.
Ah, okay. No, it's just a thought I had.
Yeah. Yeah. It might be, but although if it's used in writing, that would suggest that it's more
Yeah.
than neither, but I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe it's personal. It could just be something as trivial as personal preference. Some people use zuni, some people use neither. Okay, then before we actually watch the video, there's 3 bits of vocab that I'd like you to make a note of if you don't know these already. Sonomama, which means without changing, as it was or continuously. Ryu means reason. And gain means cause. Are you wondering about this writing of gain, Wayne? Is that why you looked a bit surprised? You're muted at the moment.
When you hear it, when reading it, I don't get a meaning, but when I listen to it, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
Let's have a quick look at why that's written like this. So just to draw attention to this, gain in Romaji, this means that this is written, I'm just doing it in hiragana first. It's not ge nin, oops, ge nin like this, but it's gen, gen in like this. Yeah. I don't want it in. Shite. I don't want it in kanji. Gen in like that. And then Wayne, you almost certainly know. It's this. Was it the first one?
The first one, yeah. It's definitely not this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then, sorry guys, also don't confuse ryu, like shindemyu, jikidemyu, with ryu, which means, ryu, which means reason. This is ryu. Ryu. You guys are making notes at the moment? Yeah, okay. Give me a little antler twitch when you finished.
Isn't it Ryu with a long U?
I thought it was, but it seems to be Ryu. Yeah, you're right, it is. Yeah. Sorry, so when I typed in Ryu with a long U, it then stuck an extra kanji on the end of it, and I thought, oh, that's weird.
Ah, okay.
Ryu. Yeah, like this.ましちゃん、イタリアの天気はどうですか？
寒いです。
寒い？よかったじゃない、いいじゃないですか？
よかったです。
You're strange.
You notice now?
Okay, everybody good to go? If you're still writing notes, then just don't give me an antler twitch. Antler twitching there. Good, good, good.
That's cheating a bit because I had notes from Sunday.
Yeah, that's okay then. Okay, ready to go, guys. Moishan, 大丈夫ですか? Win-san, 大丈夫ですか? He's got, okay. So this is the JLPT video again. She's speaking reasonably slowly, but it's obviously a fairly technical video. So don't get flustered. Don't get worried if you don't keep up, and don't hang on anything you don't understand. Just try to relax a little bit and do kind of immersive practice. Basically, everything she explains, I've just explained. So there's not much more to really pick up, but this is a good opportunity to just develop some listening. Right. ちょっと待ってください。いつからなければなりません。This one. There. Share. Optimize. Then this one. Okay, can everybody see this?
はい。
Okay, here we go.
日本語教師の手塚です。今日は作文や会話の中でよく皆さんが間違えてしまうないで、なくて、ずに、この3つについて説明します。息子がご飯を食べないで出かけた。息子がご飯を食べなくて困っている。息子がご飯を食べずに勉強している。この3つの文、皆さんはどこが違いますか？どうやって使いますか？わかりますか？これから文法と意味と例文に分けて3つの文の違いを勉強したいと思います。では始めましょう。最初はないでです。まずは文法です。ないでの前は動詞だけです。動詞。例えば、行きます、行かない、行かないで。食べます、食べない、食べないで。します、しない、しないで。来ます、来ない、来ないで。ですね。今、私は メガネをかけて教えていますね。じゃあ、メガネをかけないで教えていますだったら、私の顔は今どうですか？メガネをかけていますか？いいえ、メガネをかけません。そのまま教えています。メガネをかけないで教えています。A ないで B の意味は A をしません。そのまま B をしますという意味です。例文を見てみましょう。
わ、苦い。
砂糖を入れないでコーヒーを飲みます。
あー、雨だ。今日、傘持ってないんや。
傘を持たないで出かけました。
じゃあ教科書を見ないで答えてください。
はい、問い11の答えは A です。
教科書を見ないで答えてください。
3つの例を見ましたね。このないでは、なくてということができません。砂糖を入れなくて、持たなくて、見なくては×です。では、なくてはどうやって使うんでしょうか？次に、なくてです。まずは文法です。先ほど、ないでの前は動詞だけでしたね。でも、なくての前は動詞、い形容詞、な形容詞、名詞、全部使うことができます。動詞は内形のないを取ってなくて、例えば、行かない、行かなくて、食べない、食べなくて、しない、しなくて、来ない、来なくてですね。い形容詞。い形容詞は、いを取って、くなくて、おいしい、おいしくなくて、寂しい、寂しくなくて。な形容詞と名詞は、だを取って、でなくて、じゃなくて、どっちでもいいです。便利だ、便利でなくて、便利じゃなくて、綺麗だ、綺麗でなくて、綺麗じゃなくて、そして名詞がありません。名詞がなくても、もうよく使います。お金がありません。お金がなくて、傘がありません。傘がなくてですね。よく使う大切な表現ですから覚えておいてください。じゃあ、この A なくて B どうやって使いますか？意味を確認しましょう。まず B の部分には寂しいとか困ったとかああよかったという気持ちをよく言います。例えば、家族に会えなくて寂しいです。寂しい気持ちですね。どうしてですか？家族に会いたいです。でも今会うことができませんから。A は理由です。はい。A なくて B。A は B の理由、原因です。A ということがありましたから B になりましたという意味です。例文を見ましょう。お会計3800円になります。
3800円？今1000円しかない。ごめん、2000円貸してくれない？
お金がなくて友達に借りました。
今日は久しぶりに暖かい。今までずっと寒かったから気持ちがいいな。よかったな。
今日は寒くなくてよかったです。
うわ、怖いな。お化けかもしれない。確認しよう。なんだ？バケツか。 お化けじゃないんや。
お化けじゃなくて安心しました。
A なくて B。A は B の理由、原因でしたね。ここまで A ないで B、A なくて B を考えました。じゃあ、最後の図にを見てみましょう。まずは文法です。なくては動詞、形容詞、名詞全部使えましたね。でも、図にの前は動詞だけです。内形のないを取って図にをつけます。行かない、行かずに。食べない、食べずに。ちょっと特別なのが、しますです。内形はしないですが、図にの時、しずにじゃなくて、せずにとなります。しない、せずにです。来ないは来ずにです。図にの使い方、意味を確認します。意味はないでと同じです。でも、ないでは話す言葉、図には書く言葉です。作文とか手紙でないでの代わりに図にをよく書きます。では、例文を見ましょう。
今日は日本語の授業だった。でも上手に話せずに授業が終わってしまった。諦めずに頑張ろう。
はい、ここまで3つの文法を勉強しました。ないで、なくて、図にの違いがわかりましたか？ A しません。そのまま B します。A ないで B。A ませんから B になりました。A なくて B。そして A ないで B を書くとき、A 図に B でしたね。実は3つ全部使える意味が1つだけあります。それが A ですか？ B ですか？どちらがいいですか？ A を選びます。A にしますという時です。例えば、肉と野菜があります。肉を食べません。野菜を食べますという文。肉を食べないで野菜を食べます。肉じゃなくて野菜を食べます。肉を食べずに野菜を食べます。この一つの意味だけは3つの文法を全部同じように使うことができます。全部正しいです。ちょっと頭の端っこで覚えておいてくださいね。
OK。皆さんいかがでしたか？How was that, guys?
It
Wayne.
was a lot.
It was a lot. Yeah, it was quite a lot of detail, but she basically only explained what we just did in the lesson, really. So I know that Piotr and Jock had already been through this lesson, but Wayne, David, Konstantina, could you basically follow the explanation more or less, even if you didn't get all the words?
Yeah,
Okay.
More
good.
or less.
Sorry,
more or
what's this?
less.
More or less. More or less. Okay. Guys, can you just give me 2 minutes? I've just written out some exercises that I just want to type out, and then.
And your time starts now.
Yeah, right, okay. So just if you want to grab a coffee or something, grab your coffee from downstairs maybe, or grab a new coffee, Constantina, or another bucket of coffee, then I'll just get this done and we'll then have a go at some exercises.
I may have to leave around about 12:30, Andy.
Oh, sure. Okay. We should be done on this exercise by then anyway. Good morning, Taya, or good afternoon, I should say.
Hi, I'm in a really noisy place, so
No problem. Okay,
myself muted.
sure. Okay, are you just listening in, or do you want? Are you able to take part?
Yeah, I'm working, so
Okay,
I'm
sure.
just listening. Sorry.
Sure, no problem. Okay. I'll just wait for Piotr to come back and then we'll start again. When did it get cold, Konstantina?
A couple of days, it started raining a lot, and finally from 35 dropped to 20 in one day.
Oh, 20 is still not cold though, really, is it?
No, but you feel it. It's the humidity.
Yeah. Do you know if Italy have completely pulled out of the EIC yet, by the way? Let me just pause.
No, I'm thinking.
Back to the program. Right, let's try these exercises. Before we start, actually, let me just put this up first. Before we start though, do you guys all remember how to, obviously tabe, like for example, ikanai koto o kinai de dekakemashita. This is standard basic Japanese. Everybody knows how to do version A, don't they? And then version B, that's kind of exercise 1. Exercise 2 was using nakute. Everybody knows how to form these sentences, don't they? I can't see you guys. Let me just quickly change that setting. Everybody knows how to do the second one, don't they? The nakute. Wayne, Konstantina, David, you happy with that? Yeah. And the zu, this written version of naide, does everybody know how to form this?
Okay.
Konstantina, you're looking less confident.
No, I'm just trying to remember what she was talking in the video, how to form the Zoom.
So in group 1, we make the nai form of the verb. Let's use iku. So this becomes ikanai, ikanai. And then we remove the nai and replace nai with zu ni, ikazu ni. Group 2 is a little bit simpler. Taberu just jumps immediately to tabezu ni. So we remove the ru and put zu ni after it. Group 3, this is the one we have to keep our minds on because it's irregular. This becomes sezu ni. Oops, sorry, sezu ni. And kuru becomes Zuni. Yeah, exactly. Good. Kozuni. Okay. So for each of these, if the answer uses A, Naide, B, then I'd like you to do the Naide version, the spoken version, and the written version, Zuni. Okay. Can we make this a bit more comprehensive? How many of us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's work through these together. So, Piotr, do you want to do the first one? I went shopping without my wallet.
財布を持たないで、let's see, shopping was 買い物に行きました。
に行きました. This is good actually. This is fine. Yeah. This is fine. Guys, can you just for sorry, guys, just give me a second. I've just got to open up a give access to somebody to a document. It's of significant importance. Just a second. Be with you in just a sec. Great. Sorry about that. There we go. And then can you do this in the Zoo version as well, Piotr?
The Zuni, of course. 財布を持たずにで、持たずに、Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
買い物に行きました.
Yes.
This is what I would write to you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Is everybody happy with that? Any questions? Good, good. Okay. Jock, would you like to have a go at this one? Will you go to the seminar without a
申し込むをせず、no.
So actually, this is pretty good, but this, if you're going to use moshikomi or application as a noun with suru, then this isn't moshikomu, it's got to be moshikomi.
申し込めしないで、講習会に行きますか?
Good. 講習会に行きますか? And then can you do this in the Sezu version? Yeah, Sezu version.
申し込みをせずに講習会に行きますか?
Yes, good. Excellent. 講習会に行きますか? Good. Everybody okay? If we didn't use moshikomi or suru, but we could just use moshikomu, couldn't we, Jock? So could you just use moshikomu as a verb? And using the nai there first.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Moshikomi is the noun, but the verb is moshikomu. So can you?
Okay.
Yeah.
Moshikomu o nakute.
No. You're still using these same forms of naide and zuni, but instead of using moshikomi as a noun and using suru, which is what you've done here, I'd like you to use moshikomu as a verb. Just can change the verb instead of changing suru.
Okay, moshikomu o.
Moshikomu, how do you turn that into the negative?
Oh, moshikomanakute.
Not nakute, but naide. So just use the same.
Moshikomanai-de.
Yeah.
講習会に行きますか?
Good. And then can you do the same thing with zuni?
申し込まずに
Exactly. Yeah.
講習会に行きますか?
Perfect. Excellent. Good. And Wayne, Can you tell me what this means? O kane ga nakute mo shiawase desu.
You literary translation or
Your interpretation rather than a literal
Okay.
translation.
you can be happy without any money.
Really good. Yeah, you can be happy without any money. Okay, let's have a little bit of a deep dive on this. Why have I used mo? Anybody?
Even
Oh,
in the
no?
United States.
No.
No.
Even though, exactly, yeah. So this
Yeah.
more means this more means even though. Because without it, if I said okane ga nakute shiawase desu, then what does this mean?
I'm happy to have no money.
Yeah, exactly. I'm happy without money. But by using more means I'm happy even without any money. So contrary to expectations, I'm happy. Yeah. So this more gives it this kind of, oh, that's not what I expected. Feeling. Yeah. Cool. Moyash-chan. Henry drives a car without wearing a seatbelt.
Henry さんが、車を、運転しないで、シートベルトをさせる、閉める。Okay, to close. 閉めない。
So 閉めませんね.
閉めません。
Okay. So this means Henry wears a seatbelt without driving a car.
I thought I need to change it. Okay. No,
maybe he's got a seatbelt in his front room on his sofa or something.
I need to be Henry-san シートベルトを閉めない。
お、閉めない。
で、
Good.
車を運転します。
Yes. Good.
This makes more sense. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, the first one made perfect sense. It was interesting.
Grammatically, was it?
Actually, it says he doesn't wear a seatbelt and he doesn't drive. That makes sense. And then can you do the same thing with Zuni?
Okay. ヘンさんがシートベルトをせずに。
シートベルトを。So 閉める was the verb, so this would be
閉める。閉めずに。閉めずに。Okay. It's the same.
Exactly. Good. Well done. Excellent. David, I'm sad because I don't have any friends or sausages. You can either make this a kind of a sad statement, or you can kind of make it more factual.
That's right. The fridge is empty.
Nobody's happy without sausages. Would you keep your friends in the fridge? I'm not sure what that reference was.
If I confirm or deny that, the police are going to come, so I can't answer. I think it's tomodachi ga inakute.
Good. Yes, inakute.
I'm sad. Urei desu.
So the usual one is
What was it?
sabishi.
Sabishi.
Yes, good. Sabishi desu. What about sausages? Let's do sausages as well.
Soseji ga inakute.
Sausaji ga. And what's the verb?
That's because it's not living anymore, I hope.
I think by the time it's been made into a sausage, the animal is probably dead.
Unless you're eating it as it is, as a sausage.
Just like a
Ugh.
like a badger in a skin. Just eat the badger sausage.
That's imas. That arimas?
Good. Adu is the
Um,
verb.
Aru. Is that anakute?
Ah, no.
No, it's not. It's brain.
Remember, adu is a kind of irregular verb. When it becomes negative.
Awanakute.
No. That's because I will not meet any sausages.
Oh, no.
Who can help? What's the negative, plain negative of adu?
Arinakute?
Nai.
No.
Nai, just nai.
Just nine.
Yeah, nai.
I went to that one and I thought, no, it can't be that.
No, it is it. You got it. It's
It is
this.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
A sausage ga nakute.
Yes, good.
Sabishi desu.
Good. Excellent. Good, well done. Okay, these last three, I'd like you guys to all do all three, please, yourselves. Just grab a pen and pencil and then just do them, please.
Just one version of each.
Yes, please. Unless you finish first, Jock, and then you can do the other version.
Still writing yeah.
I just did the first one. I'm not worried if I don't have a reservation.
Again. Your world is like the inverse of everybody else's.
Which is in the real life, it's not true because I'm so freaky control. I cannot do this kind of thing.
I bought an umbrella because it's sunny. What?
Never know.
Arigato.
Just put some random letters together. It's probably shite, but at least I'm better.
This is kind of how I speak Japanese.
Well, I'm assuming not just random letters, but random syllables. At
Oh,
least.
that's good. That helps. Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be speaking Polish.
Exactly.
You just sound like an angry dog now.
I've got some Polish friends who sound like angry dogs. Could be a good new game though, couldn't it? Instead of angry birds, angry dogs. We basically have to convince Polish people to not drink too much vodka at a wedding.
That's a challenging.
Mm.
Yeah, that would be challenging. Yeah.
Mm.
Why am I getting a message from Taya about nobody is happy without sausages?
This is true. This is a statement of fact. Nobody's happy without sausages.
And my dirty mind went it really far. Just like
Oh, I
Oh,
had actually not seen
Constantina.
that she is here as well. That explains. I thought you were texting her things from the lesson.
Oh, that's interesting.
Eh, 僕はソーセージを食べなくて嬉しいです。
Oh, 嘘です。
いやいや、もう大嫌いです。
え、
ソーセージ、
ソーセージ？
もう絶対食べないです。
そう？なんででしょ
いやー、ミステリーツアーでしょ？
う？そうは楽しいじゃないですか？
いやいや、何が入ってるわからないんです。
だから楽しいな。Guys, when you've finished, can you look up at the screen just so I know that we're good to go? I'm not rushing you, of course. Ooh.
Yeah, for the longest time on seminars, I always wondered what people would say when they spiraled off into Japanese. And now I realise they're just talking about sausages all the
Yeah,
time.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's almost certainly the most trivial, unimportant crap that you could ever not want to be involved with. Wayne, Constantine, are you still going through these? Are you done? Wayne, you okay? Everybody else finished?
Mm.
Cool. Okay, let's have a quick look then. Just a second. Sorry. Okay, so for this first one, it should be something like yoyaku, yoyaku ga nakute shinpai either des or shite imasu. Something like this. Did anybody get anything different? Piotr, どうぞ.
予約を持たなくて。
Ah, this is fine as well. Yeah, this is also good.
Of course, yeah. You use it. You simply use the noun form. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah,
I got 気になります.
気になります. Yeah, that's 気にな
The
ります.
last bit.
I'm bothered, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is fine. 気になります. So this means I am bothered. There's a fantastic book. Sorry, just a second. Just see if I can find the book. Just a second. maybe there's a good website, but I've got a book somewhere, and the title is Power Word Key, and it's an expressions list. It's only a small book, but it's all about the use of the word ki in Japanese, meaning of course energy or feeling or steam or breath. And it's used a lot in Japanese expressions. So for example, take care is literally ki o tsukete kudasai, which means turn on your ki. What Wayne just used, ki ni narimasu, which means I become. Sorry, I'm doing this because it's been funny. I become ki, which means I am bothered. So there's really lots of expressions which use ki, ki o tsukeru, ki o tsukau. These all, I mean, ki is used in this context usually to mean feeling. But there's dozens and dozens of expressions like this. And if you can get hold of this book, maybe you can find it secondhand. It's quite an old book. It's a really useful book to have. Because like I say, in conversation, Japanese people use this ki or something all the time. Piotr, do you want to say something?
I was just wondering how becoming ki makes bothered.
I don't know.
I mean, the kyotsukete makes sense, but
it means I am approaching my feeling, which means there is a what's the word, a stimulus, and I am being affected by it. Yeah.
Means something, you got something which you should get it out of you, but it's still there.
Yeah.
It's kind of this feeling.
It's bothering you, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So even the word enthusiasm is made up of yaruki.
Yaruki ganai.
Yeah. Yaru, to do, and then ki, feeling. So the feeling to do something means enthusiasm. So yeah, I'll say if you can find this book, almost certainly it's on eBay somewhere or some sort of second-hand dealer rather than buying it new. I really recommend it. Right, let's go on to the second one. So I think we should have something like Efi-san wa keiko shinai de nidan shinsa, or you can use anything, go kaku shimashita, or something like this, go kaku shimashita. But the key point is that we should be using either shinai de or keiko sezu ni. Both are fine. Anybody get anything different to this? Significantly different?
Obviously, instead of keiko.
Oh yeah, this is of course fine. Yeah. Benkyo, renshu, keiko, undo. Yeah, this is all fine. Okay, and then the last one, something like sensei ni kikanai de kono waza ga wakarimasu. Something like this. Yeah.
Sensei ni kikazu ni.
Kikazu is also good. Yep. Kikazu. This is fine too. Or
I got kitanaide.
kitanaide.
Wrong.
This would mean I understand. I can see why you've maybe gone for the present continuous tense, because this is it here, isn't it, David? Usually, that shouldn't reflect in this case what tense you use in the Japanese. So, for example, I went shopping without wearing a coat. So here as well, wearing is in the present continuous tense, but this would still be koto o kinai de kaimono ni ikimashita.
Okay.
Yeah, so probably best not try to think of this as not being a state that you're in, but something that you do or don't do. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
think-
but you.
Go ahead.
Sorry. You wrote sensei ni kakanai.
Yeah,
Sorry.
sensei.
Sorry.
So, by the way, I wrote kono waza o wakarimasu instead of ga.
You'd be understood, but to be strictly grammatically correct, this is what's called a stative, and I've talked about this before, it's a stative verb, and it usually means that the thing you're talking about needs to be marked with ga. Treat this as a kind of ability, a potential verb, Piotr?
Yeah.
And I put the wakarimasu in wakarimasta because I thought we said the verb wakarimasu to use it mostly on past to be more polite and not in the present.
Yeah. So if you're making a statement though about yourself, in fact, you could use either in this case. This could be
Okay.
kono waza ga wakarimashita or kono waza ga wakarimasu. So the subtle difference between waza ga wakarimasu, this means I can comprehend this kata, and waza ga wakarimashita kind of means I understand, or I understood this, kata, or even I know this kata is also fine. This wakarimasu really means, it talks more about the future potential to do it. So it kind of means I can comprehend it. I don't necessarily understand it completely, but I can comprehend it. If you've got waza or, Piotr, you can force yourself to use or here, but instead of using wakarimasu, you should use rikai shimasu. Rikai basically means wakaru, but it's not a stative verb. Rikai also means.
But it's also used as rikai suru.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Any questions, guys, about that? Excuse me. Everybody okay?
Oh, it's the same ri as ryu.
Yeah. And the same kai as what? Nandake.
Conjunctions, words. And it's actually also used as wakaru, the kai.
Yes. Yeah.
And kai ho. Anyway, yeah.
Okay, let's move on to today's reading practice, shall we? Let's see. When we've done this Japanese for busy people, who hasn't had a go at doing the reading with me? Wayne, you got your hand up first. So Wayne, you are today's special prize student, or victim, as I like to call them. Wayne, I'm going to put this into Facebook Messenger. Is that okay? I take it you're saying yes because I can't see the screen at the moment.
Yes.
Wayne.
Okay, either Wayne is so happy or his screen is frozen.
Yeah. Are you receiving us, Wayne? I think he's just very happy.
And it quits.
You there, Wayne? Come back to us. Oh, that's it. I've completely screwed him up by sending him a picture. Hello, Wayne.
Ah, he's evaporated.
God. Maybe he's been stolen by the fairies.
Nah, he's just invisible.
Was that Kamikaze?
Oh, he's outside now. Okay.
He's
See you, Wayne.
outside.
Bye.
He's ghosting us. Jesus.
Okay. So, who also hasn't had a go at reading from Japanese for busy people? Everybody else has had a go, have they?
I'm back.
Oh, okay. Where'd you go? Did you go outside? Oh, there you are. This is weird.
Yeah,
Go
just
session.
internet problem. I was going to see if the reception is bad now. So
Okay. Did you receive the script?
just checking now.
I'm so
Yes.
glad this got recorded. Wayne running outside waving.
In later years, it'll be put onto YouTube and people use it as evidence for ghosts and evaporation and that sort of thing.
Yep.
Okay. This lesson is lesson 3, the health club. Sounds a bit rude. So this is Mr. Brown visits a health club. So I'll be Brown, Wayne, and you can be the kurabu no hito. Okay, the person who works at the club. ちょっとお願いします。こちらのクラブに申し込みをする前に中を見ることができますか？
はい。失礼いいですか？
失礼ですか？
どちら様でしょうか？
ブラウンです。
ああ。優し
林さん。
林さんのご紹介のブラウンさんですね。
はい。And there's a final line underneath it.
いや、ご案内しましょう。
Wayne, this is ご案内しましょう。
ご案内しましょう。ご案内しましょう。
Good. And then the next episode is the clerk invites Mr. Brown in and shows him around. とても広くて綺麗なところですね。
こちらのテニス
コート。
テニスコートにはコーチもいますから、コーチに習うこともできます。こちらは温水プールで一年中泳ぐことができます。
泳ぐ
ことができます。
こちらではみんないろいろなマシンを使っていますね。
どれでもお好きなものを使うことができますが、始める前にトレーナーにご相談ください。
そうします。
いかがでしたか？
とても気に入りました。
では、こちらにお名前とお住所をお書きください。
I got a feeling, Wayne, this would be easier if it was full of kanji for you, rather than just having everything in hiragana, right? Yeah,
Yep.
It's a pain, isn't it? I think
Hiragana is still okay. Katakana is worrying.
Yeah. Later on in the textbook, they use kanji exactly where they should be kanji, and kana when there should be kana. It's much easier to read, much quicker to read anyway. Okay, Guys, did you get the gist? Anything not particularly understood?
It's okay.
Okay. Wayne, can we do it again?
Sure.
Guys, who would like it read slower? Okay. Right, we'll do it a little bit slower then, Wayne. ちょっとお願いします。こちらのクラブに申し込みをする前に中を見ることができますか？
はい。していいんですが、どちら様でしょうか？
ブラウンです。
ああ。林さんのご紹介のブラウンさんですね。ご案
This is go.
内
When this is go at the beginning, it's got little dakten.
ご案内しましょう。
And then the clerk invites Mr. Brown in and shows him around. とても広くて綺麗なところですね。
こちらのテニスコートには、
コーチ。
コーチもいますから、コーチに習うこともできます。こちらは温水プールで一年中泳ぐことができます。
こちらではみんないろいろなマシンを使っていますね。
どれでもお好きなものを使うことができますか？
始める
前にト
レーナ
ーにご相談ください。
そうします。
いかがでしたか？
とても気に入りました。
では、こちらにお名前をご住所をお書きください。
Excellent. Okay, guys, let's go through this. I'll show you the. Thanks, Wayne. That was good.
That was much better and quite understandable. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
This is
Thank
from
you. I understand the
the
second time more as well.
Yeah.
this is from the Japan for Busy People.
Two.
Two.
Yeah. This is the advanced version. Right. Just give me a second, guys. I'm just going to rearrange my windows so you can read it and we can translate it at the same time. Sure.
Rearrange your windows into Linux.
Sorry?
Rearrange your windows into Linux.
If I had my life again, I would have done that, but it's too late for me now, son. You should leave me here on the Death Star to die with Windows.
But to kill you, we first must push start, right? Press start.
Just divide by 0.
Oh.
Find the any key.
Yeah.
DSOD.
Okay. Can you all read the kana, the script at the top?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let's start. Piotr, do you want to read through this and we'll do the translation at the same time?
ちょっとお願いします。こちらのブラウンに申し込みをする前に中を見ることができますか？お願いします。 こちらのブラウンに
Sorry. こちらの、クラブ
Oh, sorry, クラブに申し込みをする前に中を見ることができますか
Good. できますか
I'm sorry, could I have a moment, please?
Sorry, you're asking me this now, or are you translating?
Translating.
Oh, sorry.
Smarty.
Yeah, so this means ちょっとお願いします. Yeah, can I ask something? I have a little request.
Before joining this club, could I have a look inside?
Yeah, good. As I look inside. Cool. Everybody okay with that bit? 見ることができますか? This is just simply the potential form, but the long version, right? And then, Jock, would you like to do クラブの人?
OK、クラブの人。はい、失礼ですが、こちら、どちら様でしょうか?
どちら様でしょうか? And could you translate it, please, Jock?
Yes, excuse me, but who are you?
But, yeah. So, who are you? So, although this sounds kind of a little bit abrupt in English, this way of reading it in Japanese, dochira sama deshoka, this makes it very formal and polite. Who, can I ask who you might be? Or could I please have your name? Yeah, good. And then David Brown. Oh, actually, you can do the next two, David, because this is slightly short. Brown says.
Brown des.
Brown des. Don't need to explain what this is. And then sorry, give me a second. Kurabu no hito. He says, "Good, David, go ahead."
Hayashi-san no go shoukai no Brown-san desu ne.
Isn't there? Yep. And then next line.
Go annai shimashou.
Go annai shimashou. Okay. And do you want to translate that, David?
I don't know what go shoukai means.
Introduce.
It's the honorific, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that, just having trouble translating it into English.
No, okay, right. So yeah, this is a kind of funny way of, if you literally translate this, it doesn't actually mean very much. But Hayashi-san no go shoukai.
Yeah.
So Hayashi-san's introduction, Brown. So rather than translating it, try and interpret what that means, David.
So it's either I've heard or has told me about.
Yeah, kind of.
The Hayashi, the Brown-san I know from Hayashi-san.
This is pretty close. Guys, this doesn't really occur these days, but I think it probably still happens in Japan. You need to be introduced to a club in order to become a member. You can't just simply turn up and say, I'd like to be a member. Very different to sports clubs these days, of course. But it's a bit like a sort of golf club. You need somebody to introduce you to a club. In this 1980s, this was written. So this means you are the Brown. You are the Mr. Brown, as introduced by Mr. Hayashi, right? And then he says, "Go annai shimashou." This is probably a verb. Annai suru is probably a verb you haven't come across yet.
No,
this
it's
means. Go ahead.
So shimashou, it's going to be together.
Yep, good.
So annai suru. We haven't met.
No, hang on a second.
Oh, no.
Annai means to show somebody around, give some guidance. So he's honorificized this with go annai shimashou. So this basically means I will show you around. ご案内します. Let me guide, I will guide you. 案内する means to guide, to lead the way, to show somebody around. Yeah. Okay, Constantina. After the clerk invites Mr. Brown and shows him around. Just a second. So the first one is Brown. Hey, dozo. Can you read it?
Wait, because I haven't touched neither hiragana, katakana, nothing for 2 weeks.
Disgusting.
I know, I prefer to fill my stomach instead. Keep on. Where am I? In the first line. Totemo.
Good.
Hirakute.
This is not ra, but this
Hiru.
is hiro.
Hiro. Hirokute.
Good.
Hinaina.
This is re.
Re. Kireina. Tokoro de sune.
Yes, exactly.
Desu.
So if you can translate this.
It's hiro is big, no spacious.
Yeah, spacious. Good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very spacious and pretty.
Yeah. So kirei.
Isn't it?
Yeah. Kirei. It's got a variety of meanings, and actually, it depends if it's written in kanji, hiragana, or katakana. These all have slightly different meanings. If it's kirei, now somebody might need to correct me on this because I only read it recently. Kirei written in kanji means a person who is pretty. Kirei written in hiragana, I think, means clean. And kirei written in katakana means something else. I can't remember what it means. But this is basically, rather than pretty, it actually means clean.
Clean.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very spacious and clean.
Yeah, isn't it? Good. And then to... Hi, Dodo.
So how do you differentiate when it's spoken?
By context.
Well, it could still be a pretty place, right?
Yeah. But if you have both looked around and you can see very clearly that it's very clean, then you'd say it's clean.
Okay.
Which automatically means it's not beautiful.
Sorry, what's that point?
Which will mean automatically it's not beautiful.
Exactly. Exactly. If it's clean, it's beautiful, right? It's very difficult trying to teach Japanese to psychopaths. Piotr.
Hi.
私です。OK。はい、どうぞ。どうぞ。OK です。じゃあまた気をつけてね。バイバイ。Right, let's put Wayne through the trouser press again. So, club no hito. Do you want to do the next section, Wayne?
こちらのテニスコートにはコーチもいますから、Sorry, just let me move my screen a little bit.
Sure. Does that make it? Maybe I can move it a little bit. Actually.
No, it's okay. It's just the view of people is local at work. Coach ni.
Coach ni.
Nara u.
Yeah.
こともできます。こちらは温水プールで、
プール。
プールで、
not just poo.
一年中
一年中
泳ぐ
泳ぐ
ことができます。
Excellent. Okay. Would you like to have a go at translating that?
Are the tennis courts here?
Yeah.
There's a coach to it, or there's coach teaching it.
Oh yeah. So コーチに習うこともできます. So コーチに this is the with regarding the coach 習うこともできます.
習うこともできます。
So what does 習う mean? 習う.
That's the word I'm missing.
Okay. If I type in kanji, you'll understand it immediately. Just a second.
Okay, to learn.
Okay.
Yes. I just had this yesterday. I don't know why I can't remember it.
That's good.
You can learn from a coach here.
Yeah, exactly. You can learn from the coach. Good. こちらは温水プールで一年中泳ぐことができます.
There's can I say room temperature, or should I say warm water?
Heated pool.
Heated pool. There's also
一年中泳ぐこと
一年中
ができます.
you can swim around all year long.
Yes, good. You can swim all year round. What's the English for this? All year round. Yeah.
Yeah, all year round.
Good. Back to Piotr. So I'm just going to reposition my screens. Who is it? It's Brown next.
こちらではみんないろいろな
では、みんないろな
マシンを使っていますね。
使っていますね。はい、どうぞ。
As for here, there are various machines that you can use.
Yeah.
Sorry, that 使っています that are used.
Yeah, there are many machines being used, right?
Yeah.
And Jock, just a second, I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Can you read that, okay?
Yes, thank you.
Lovely.
どれでもお好きなものを使うことができますが、始める前にトレーナーにご相談ください。
始める前にトレーナーにご相談ですね。
ご相談してくご相談ください。
ご相談ください。Good. This is a good lesson in Keigo in honorific speech, isn't it? Okay, Jock, would you like to translate?
You can use any of the above, well, any of these.
Yeah, good.
Before using, you should discuss with the trainer.
Yeah. So as she says, go sodan kudasai, so it means please consult the trainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Exactly. Everybody okay? Sodan, there's a bit of vocabulary here it's worth picking out. Just a second. Sodan means to discuss or consult. Shoshimachi kudasai. Sodan. Like this. And then he says, dore demo, so any of these, or skina mono, so things you like, or skau koto ga dekimasu. You can use, it is possible to use any of the things that you like. Hajimeru mae ni, before you begin though, trainer ni, please, to the trainer, go soudan kudasai, please discuss with the trainer. You might see, guys, that this is a little bit different structure to what we would normally use in Japanese. So usually we would use something like, into English a second. Soudan shite kudasai, right? Because this is soudan suru, this is a suru type verb. But when we're using keigo, when we're using polite speech, when we have noun suru verbs, to make these polite, we drop the suru and we just say, we often honorize the noun, soudan, go soudan, and then just put kudasai, go soudan kudasai. Okay, Constantino, you are next. If I can just find where we are. Got it? Oh, sorry, I've got to write it out yet, that's why. Sorry, give me a second, guys. Let's just reposition my windows. If you want to do, hang on, these 3 sentences, because they're all quite short. Alex Brown. From here, Constantina. And you're muted at the moment.
From
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
What is it? Do?
This is so. So.
No, wait. I'm reading the top one. Oh,
this one here.
Sorry. So, shimasu. So, shimasu.
Yeah. And then the club person says,
Ikaga deshita ka?
Good.
And I cannot see. Okay.
You just move
Totemo.
Give me a second, just move this a little bit. Can you start? No, you can't. Can you? Okay.
Totemo.
Totemo.
Kini irimashita.
Good. Irimashita. Okay, let's just quickly go through these ones then. So Brown says, so shimasu.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah, this is
So much.
So
it
is just yes. This is like an informal way of saying hi. And then so it's actually quite interesting to take these little Japanese exclamations and see and dig into them to see actually they're kind of not too difficult to translate. Shimasu means
to do.
Good. Yeah. And then so usually this just means so in English. So. So
it's
go ahead.
It's the same as in Japanese.
Yeah.
So do.
Yeah, which means I will do so.
I will do so.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then again, this is using formal speech. Ikaga deshita ka? This basically means do deshita ka, but in polite speech.
Where it is.
Not doko, but do.
Why
just making sense now. Do.
Yeah, do. I'm trying to do how.
Yeah, good. How? Deshita ka?
How to find him? For
No. Just leave do by itself. That's how. What's deshita ka mean?
How it was.
How it was, but it's a question.
So how it was. How was it?
There we go. Yes, there we go. See?
Forgot even English.
Totemo ki ni irimashita. This is another one of these key sentences
For the feeling.
Yeah.
Very. I found it very nice. I don't know.
Yeah,
Good
it's-
feeling.
Yeah. Kini irimasu means
What's iri?
satisfaction.
Irimas is the. I remember.
I entered my feeling, which means in this case it means satisfactory.
I'm satisfied.
Yeah. And now
Very.
Piotr's going to say, how does entering your feeling mean satisfied? And I'm going to say, speak to the people who made Japanese language. And
Oh no, this one is quite clear actually.
You're so weird.
Okay, and then Wayne, let's finish the last line with you. Let me just quickly move this around a little bit. Sorry, give me a second.
No worry, I have
You got there.
here. Anyway. では、こちらにお名前とご住所をお書きください。
お書きくださいね。
お書きください。
Okay, can you translate that?
Yes. では、well, here. Okay, please write down your name and address here.
Good, your name and address. So again, let's just pull apart this. So onamai is of course name, to and gojusho. This is honorizing the word jusho, which means your address, or kaki kudasai. So again, we would normally expect this to be something, or kaite kudasai, right? Everybody happy? Using kaku, kakimasu, put it in the te form, add kudasai, please write. But again, this is using honorific speech, polite speech. So in this case, when you want somebody to do something else, it really depends on the verb, to be honest. You can't just simply do this with all of them, but with many of them, with a group one verb, for example, you take the verb in its mas form, remove the mas, and replace with kudasai or kaki kudasai. But be aware that you can't do this with every single verb. It doesn't always work. You can say, I think you can say or ai kudasai to say please meet me. But most verbs you can, but not all of them. You basically have to learn keigo through studying not just rules, but also actual expressions. Okay, any questions, guys? Is that all okay?
I got a question, but sort of related to anai.
Yeah.
I just want to check, can you also means to take care? Like I will take care of you?
Yeah, but usually in your capacity as guide of some degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's misused by us, the Taiwanese people. We use anai quite a lot.
Oh, really? So
But
just
as take care of two people.
Ah, right. So this, I guess this is, let's have a quick look at the kanji a second, way. Anai. So this an here, this means plan, doesn't it?
Yep.
Safe.
And this means inside.
Yeah.
So the literal translation then is inside a plan, something like this, doesn't it? If you literally translate this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So okay. So right. So let's just discuss this then. So in Japanese, this means to guide, and then in Chinese, this means to take care of.
Only in Taiwan. In China, I don't know, because we have lots of Japanese words from back then, and probably it was used like a Japanese way, but after some time we start to misuse it like everywhere.
Yeah.
And like a lot of kanban in Taiwan, you can see no, where it's no need to put no, but they just put no everywhere.
Okay. So interestingly, even though this doesn't kind of, if you put these two kanjis together, it's like a completely new meaning, isn't it? Inside the plan, it neither means to guide nor to take care of. It's just an inferred meaning. Same thing actually happens with the Japanese word to take care of. To take care of is also made out of two completely unrelated kanji. Sewa. So se means world, and wa, this means hanasu, which means to speak. So world speak, how does this mean to take care of? It doesn't mean anything. It's a kind of completely new meaning by putting two kanjis together. Yeah.
I can guess kind of where it comes from, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean, with both of these, you can kind of think, okay, right, maybe over time, this is how this kind of meaning came about, but it's not obvious from the first reading that it means that, does it? Yeah. Anyway, any other questions, guys? Any problems?
No,
Anybody need their tax return done or anything? I can do lots of different things. Cool. Okay. Thanks for your time today. A little bit of an early finish, but there was quite a lot of work done in a pretty short period of time, so good. Jock and Wayne, can you stay on? I think Taya's there as well. Taya, can you stay on as well after this? I just want to have a chat about a non-Japanese related thing. So, Piotr, Miłosz-chan, mata ne.
Bye bye.
Hello. Oh, look at Taya. Are you removing somebody's kidneys?
No. Are you recording still?
Let me stop. Thanks for reminding.